Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about IELTS writing, cause and effect, question type. How do you answer cause and effect question type? So many questions from so many people. How do I do this? Do I have to answer the causes first? Do I have to answer the effect first? How do I stumble upon ideas? How do I do so many things? There are lots of questions. Okay, so that's why I decided to do this video. Okay, so I'm going to make it so simple for everyone to understand, like I've always done in my videos. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, so how do we move forward if you don't subscribe? You're already here, just hit that subscribe button, press the notification bell, and you will see all my videos whenever they arrive. Okay, so please stay tuned and watch with me. We have so many things to discuss today. Please do not leave. Just get a cup of coffee, a cup of water, anything, and just get a pen and paper and go with us. Okay, guys, so today we're going to be talking about cause and effect question type. So what do you understand by this question type? Now you're going to be given a statement and you'll be asked to state the causes and the effects. Discuss the causes and the effect, and not the cause and the effect. So some people make mistake just writing a cause and one effect. You are given causes, so you have to write more than one. So if you have 2 causes, fine. If you have 3 causes, fine, but make sure that you write within the word count. Do not write above the word count. Okay, so I told you guys that this is going to be very interesting. There are so many things you have to learn. Okay, so now what we are gonna focus on this lesson is we have to discuss how do you answer cause and effect question type, how do you generate ideas, then we're gonna solve a model essay, cause and effect essay. So you have so many things to learn here. Please do not leave, just continue to watch. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, press the notification bell, give me a thumbs up. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if I did well. Okay, just comment in the comment section. I always like people's comments. Okay, so guys, let's move on. Now this is an example. This is what we are going to handle today. Okay, so the question goes like this: the percentage of overweight children in Western society has increased by almost 20% in the last 10 years. So this is our question. So now what do we do? How do we handle the question? We are presented with this question. How do we handle it? Okay, so the first thing I tell people is do not jump into writing an essay without proper analysis. So the first thing you're going to do for yourself, okay, is just to read that question, go through that question again, read it, identify the statement, identify the question. Okay, because you have a statement. So in this question now, we have our statement. Our statement goes like this: the percentage of overweight children in Western society has increased by almost 20% in the last 10 years. So this is a statement. It is not telling you what to do. It's just stating a fact. That is why it is a statement. It's just stating a fact. So where do you say the question? The question appears in the second sentence, which says, discuss the causes and effects of this disturbing trend. So that is your question. So what do you understand by this? So now in the question, you've mentioned overweight. You said the percentage is increasing. It has increased in the last 10 years. So it has increased by 20%. So there is a noticeable increase. So they're talking about obesity in children. You see? So they're talking about obesity. So now why I said you have to analyze this, because they have stated in children here, not just adults. They are focusing on children. So when you're writing, you're going to be writing it, you're going to be shifting your essay towards children. So you're not going to focus on adults. That's why it's good for you to read it and understand it. So now, so what are the causes? What are you even going to discuss? We're going to discuss the causes of overweight. What has led to this increase in overweight children? What are the effects of this? So these are the things you have to discuss here, darling. These are the things you have to discuss. Okay, so like I said, it's going to be very interesting. Okay, if you just go with me, okay, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so the first thing I will let you know is, how do you generate ideas? Okay, this is what so many people fail. They don't know. You just have 40 minutes to discuss this task too. How do I generate ideas in just a little space of time? How do I do this? Now, IELTS-up is telling you what to do now, okay? So, before you generate ideas, before you understand what idea you have to generate, you have to read the question and understand it properly, okay? You read the question again, understand it, understand what you are meant to do. Then, what are you going to do? You have to brainstorm. Okay, so what are the causes of obesity? Just ask yourself, what are the causes of obesity? Okay, what has led to this overweight, increase in overweight children? What has led to that? So these are the things you ask yourself. What are the causes of this? Okay, so when you ask yourself and when you understand it, you'll be able to know what to do. So this is your first point in generating ideas. Now, by the time you think and think and think, you'll be able to understand something. Okay, I can say there are so many causes. One is inactive lifestyle, bad diet, consumption of bad diet, eating a lot of processed food. These are causes of obesity. Unhealthy eating habits. There are inactive leisure activities. People using more cars instead of trekking to places. So these are the causes of obesity. If you find it difficult to understand, I always tell people to translate it in your local dialect. By the time you translate, mine is Igbo, I'll just say, kedu ife na cause ndị mmadụ ha ji eburu ibu too much. Yota. So this is just how I've translated it in my local dialect, and even if I can't understand the English, which is a Boro language, I'll be able to understand it in my own native dialect. Okay, so this is what you have to do, and it works perfectly well. So, having said the causes of obesity, so what are the effects? So now, obesity, I won't say it's a good thing, so we are expecting a negative effect. Okay, so what are the effects of obesity? What has obesity caused? So what do we have? What do we see that's happening in the world today because we have an increased number of obese children? What are they? So like I said, one of the effects is there are physical health problems, loss of productivity, depression and mental disorders. So these are just few of so many effects. Okay, if you have more, can you just put it in the comment section? So the next one is your introduction. Okay, so how do you write a beautiful introduction? Okay, now I'm going to give you a 2-sentence approach to this. Okay, it's always very easy. So the first sentence, you have to paraphrase the question. Okay, there are so many phrases you can use. You can use nowadays, these days, today, in the last few years. Okay, but you have to look at your question. Okay, so in a question is written like this. You have given an introductory phrase which says in the last 10 years, so you have to stick to that. So in the last 10 years, or over the last 10 years, Western society have seen close to a 20% rise in the number of children who are overweight. So this will be your first sentence. You've succeeded in paraphrasing the question. All right, so in the second sentence, what are you going to do? You're going to state in your task. Yes, you're going to state your task. So now you can say, this essay will discuss the main reason of this epidemic and identify possible effects. Okay, so this is just it, and you have closed off your introduction. Very simple. You don't have to write so many things. Okay, so this is what you're going to write. Then remember, you don't have to remember, you have 250 words to write in your task too. So writing too much in your introduction will make you write less or write more in your tax 2, and when you write more in your introduction and write more in your body paragraphs, you're gonna have a bulk of words. Okay, so you just want to limit your words to like 270, 250 something, more than 250, but not higher than, not like 280 or 300. No, that's a lot. Okay, so that's just it. Then you start your body paragraphs. So in your body paragraphs, you can decide to write the causes in the first paragraph and the effects in the second paragraph. You can also decide to write the effects in the first paragraph and the causes in the second paragraph. So whichever way you want to, whichever way you want to write it, it depends on you. So you're just giving a task that says you should write the cause and the effect. So whichever one comes first depends on you. Okay, so assuming that the examiner doesn't know anything concerning the topic, the examiner is a novice for you. You don't know what the examiner knows, so you have to explain it like you're explaining it to a lay person. You have to explain in details, you have to give examples, you have to buttress your point and make sure you explain it to an examiner for the examiner to understand. Okay, so you are dividing your body paragraphs into sentences. Okay, the first sentence, you have to state the causes of obesity. Okay, so I'll let you see how I've written mine and you follow the template. Just do not just follow it verbatim, but just see how I've written mine. It will help you, to guide you to write yours. Okay, so the first sentence, you just have to state the causes of obesity. Okay, so you can say, in my opinion, the foremost causes of obesity is poor diet. So now you've stated it, that you close off there, put a full stop there, and you discuss the reason. Why is it the main cause of obesity? You ask yourself why. So now, remember I said before, you are assuming that your examiner is a complete novice. So you are going to buttress your point. You're going to say it in a way that your examiner understands it. If he's just hearing this topic for the first time, he already understands it on mere looking at your essay. Okay, so you're going to go in details to explain this. Okay, so the next sentence, you're going to give reasons. Why is it poor diet? You ask yourself why. Why do I think so? Why do I think that the causes of obesity is poor diet? So now you go further to say that over the last few years, there has been a prolific increase in the number of fast food restaurants. So this is your reason. This is why it's increasing, because there's an increase in the fast food restaurants. You've understood. So the examiner know, the examiner will be nodding, oh, so that's the reason. Oh, I never knew. If the examiner does not know, he already knows that why it's increasing is because there is an increase in the number of fast food restaurants. So you have to explain it more, because the examiner will be like, oh, why do you think so? I need to understand it more. In case if he doesn't understand, you have to explain it more with an example. So it is good for you to, it is always better to give an exemplary phrases like, for example, for instance, to cite an example. It gives you a beautiful introduction to an example. It ushers in your example. It helps your examiner know that I am going to discuss an example here. Okay, you are not lost. Yeah, the examiner will know that this is what you're going to discuss. So in the example, you can use a personal example. You can use any example. They don't check Google. You can even use statistics. They don't care. Just write a coherent and a logical essay. That's what matters. Okay, you're not gonna fail if you write wrong statistics. No, you can say the data discussed by World Health Organization shows that the number of fast food is increasing. You can just say anything you want to say. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to know. Okay, so I've written it for as an example. For example, fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Pizza Hut are on nearly every high street. Okay, so this is it. I think the examiner needs to understand what I'm saying. Are you understanding me? I think he wants to know more. Okay, I can say that the food in these places have been proven to be very unhealthy, and much of the advertised is targeted on children, thus ensuring that they constitute most of their customers. Okay, so the examiner already knows that, oh, so this is it. Very unhealthy food in this fast food restaurant. Oh, this is it. So you've made the examiner to understand what you're going to say by your example. That's why examples are very, very important. Do not neglect it. Okay, some people make mistakes. They don't write examples and they end up not explaining things in details. You really need to spice up your work. Okay, so that is your first course. So you're gonna state the second course. Okay, you can say, in addition, inactive lifestyle can also be a contributing factor. Yeah, I really need to know. I need to know, why do you think so? You give reason. Your reason is, today more and more people rely on cars instead of walking, have less physical demands at work, and prefer inactive leisure activities. You understand? So this is the reason. Okay, so now reason can also serve as an example depending on how you state it. Okay, so now because you have written an example in the first course, if you write things like this, people rely on cars instead of walking, these are also examples. It can also fit in for an example. Okay, so in case if you don't have an example at hand, don't worry, you are all right. Okay, you're all right. You're not gonna penalize because you've written something. These have less physical demands at what we rely on cars. We just stated things that are an example. Okay, they already understand. It explains it more. Okay, now in lieu of this, they have succeeded in burning less calories. So this is a wonderful and coherent, error-free IELTS paragraph. See, if you have succeeded in giving the courses, so if you have 3 courses, fine, you can put it. If you have more than 2, you can put it. So you have succeeded in putting the courses. Okay, we have written the examples and we have explained in detail, so the examiner knows. And we also use some vocabularies here. You can see that we've used targeted, we've used advertised, you've used this restaurant. So you've used so many varieties of vocabularies, and we've used some linking words, additional, in addition to, moreover. So there are so many of them we've used. Okay, so now in the second paragraph, you're gonna state the effects. So what have increased obesity cost? What has it contributed to the world or the society at large? What has it contributed? So this is it. So now we remember the ones we mentioned earlier. Okay, so just like we answered courses, so the effects will also go like that. Okay, just mention the main effect, give your reason, give your example. The second effect, give your reason, give your example, and you close. Okay, so the effects of this have been and will continue to be very serious. Okay, firstly, there have been a large increase in health related diseases amongst children. Okay, especially diabetes. So you give an example. Okay, so what is an example? Why do you think that there has been that children have suffered from diabetes more? Why do you think? Okay, so I've given an example like this. To cite an example, a survey conducted by World Health Organization has stated that there were about 50% increase in the number of children with diabetes. So this is an example. Okay, so you go further. This debilitating illness means a child has to be injected with insulin for the rest of their life. Okay, so this is it. It closed off. It has concluded that. So you bring in your second effect. Okay, not only this, very overweight children often experience bullying from other children. which may affect their mental health. Okay, so we are talking about bullying from other children. The negative stigma of being overweight may also affect self-esteem. So that is it. So this is it. You have ended your body paragraphs and you have explained it, and the examiner knows and understands your essay. Okay, so the next one is your conclusion. You must write a conclusion in your IELTS writing task 2. It is a must write. Do not forget it. You may not write your conclusion in your task 1, but in your task 2, you have to write conclusion. They are looking for that. Okay, so you can use to recapitulate, you can use to sum up, you can use to conclude, you can use in conclusion. So many conclusive phrases to use. Okay, there are so many of them to use. Okay, so I say to sum up, it is evident that there are several causes of obesity amongst children and a variety of negative effects. Okay, society must ensure steps are taken to prevent this problem from deteriorating further. That is it. Okay, so now this reminds me, in cause and effect, it's always good to give a recommendation. Okay, just recommend something. It shows you care. It shows that you care. Just recommend something. Like I've recommended that society must ensure steps are taken to prevent this problem. It gives it rounds up everything in a beautiful. It summarizes everything in a beautiful way. It shows that you care. The examiner knows, oh, you're not only thinking of someone that is brilliant here, you're thinking of somebody that cares. Okay, so it shows everything good about you. Okay, so your essay can go a long way to say how someone is, okay, how you think, how you're able to understand essay things, how you're able to explain things in details. Okay, so this is a wonderful IELTS writing task too. Okay, it is a benign structured IELTS writing task too. So if you follow this template, it's gonna help you. Okay, just practice. Okay, practice. And please, if you think there's a question I need to handle, if you think I need to make a video of one particular question, do not feel free to contact me. Just message me and I will do that. Okay, so I just hope you understood this question. Okay, let's just summarize everything. Cause and effect question, you have to follow the benign structure, the introduction, the 2 body paragraphs, and the conclusion. Conclusion is a must in your task too. Okay, remember the two sentences and the number of word counts. 2 sentences in your introduction and the number of word counts. Okay, 250 word counts. Remember it, and remember that you have to use variety of linking words. You have to paraphrase nicely. You have to give some good vocabularies. I have to make sure that your work flows logically. Okay, so remember we talked about brainstorming, how to brainstorm for ideas, how to source for ideas. Okay, in my next video I'm gonna make a video of how you can get ideas, brainstorm, generate ideas, okay, to give that beautiful essay, because you're not giving time to think, you're not giving a lot of time to think. Okay, so make sure that you analyze your question. Read it very well. If you don't understand it, make sure you read it like twice or thrice. Anyhow, just read it to understand. Do not dwell on it. Okay, read it. Analyzing it will just take like 2 minutes. You are done analyzing. Make sure you analyze it. Okay, so please guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I need your subscription. It motivates me, it helps me to do more. If I see people subscribing, I am so happy. If you want to ask me something about just subscribe first and I will just listen to you. Okay, subscribe and I will listen to you. Please just subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, like and comment. I always like people commenting. Just let me know that I am doing well or I'm not doing well. I need to improve in this, I need to improve in that. Okay, thank you guys for watching my video. Have a nice day.